You've done a few voice roles. Like, what is your process for these kind of roles? Like, how do you figure out if you're right for them? Are you walking around the house talking like Garfield? Like, what is your process?
Well, with this, that's the case typically, trying to find a voice, exploring like different intonations and values, and trying to find a way to zero in on a voice that you're aiming for. With this, it was very simple because Mark Dindal, our director, said, I want Garfield to sound exactly like you. Like, I've been working on this movie for a couple years. I've just imagined your voice coming out of this cat. That's what I want. And I said, that's okay. That's relatively an easy pull for me. And so there wasn't all that much preparation other than just like warming my voice up and going back to some of my Parks and Rec days and sort of picturing Andy and trying to find a slightly the most lazy and sarcastic version of an Andy Dwyer type of voice.
Little Andy Dwyer in Garfield.
Yeah.
Is that a little weird when somebody says, I've been hearing your voice in my head for the last 3 years?
Yeah, I think out of context that would probably be pretty strange, but you know, more so flattering and relieving. I think that if I had said I can't do it, then to the next actor he'd go, okay, I've been imagining Chris Pratt's voice coming out of or maybe he'd say, I've been imagining your voice coming out. But yeah, it was flattering.
Did you ever think Sam Jackson would play your daddy someday?
I assumed eventually he'd play my father, but I just didn't know it'd be in an animated movie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he was sort of all of your dads in the Avengers movies. He was sort of like, Nick Fury was kind of dad.
He's kind of like a father figure to the Avengers, I suppose, but you know, Star-Lord was never really an Avenger. He just supported in the Avengers movies and made sure that everyone got killed, and so that was his job.
Did you play any role in recruiting him, though? Like, or is it just coincidental that you guys both ended up in this?
No, just coincidental. I had played no role in recruiting.
Yeah. That. Do you make a role like your dad? Do you take a role like this with like your kids in mind? Is part of it like entertaining your own family because you're entertaining everybody else's family?
Yeah, I guess there's part of that. You know, indirectly, having children has affected the roles that I've chosen to take on. Acting takes you away from your family a lot. So when you're doing a live action movie, you know, you're gone to Atlanta for 6 months or Budapest or wherever, Australia. And so more and more I'd like to be home and be present. And so every movie I do like this is a movie that I don't have to do on location somewhere. So in that regard, indirectly, they're helping me make those choices. But also it's nice and cool to think that they'll be able to be introduced to my films at a younger age than otherwise.
Big news coming out of the Jurassic World verse. It sounds like Scarlett Johansson is going to be the new lead. Have you guys talked? Did she call you all to like feel you out?
You know
on
what?
That?
She didn't. She hasn't called, but you know, ScarJo, I'm only one phone call away. I think Colin has my number. You know, feel free to reach out. Yeah, that's exciting news, man. That's really cool.
Might you still return? Do you think you could ever return that way?
Hey, never say never. You know, maybe I return, maybe I don't. You'll just have to tune in and find out. I know I'll be first in line whether I'm in it or not.